escape the dungeon.
Hello, everybody. This is Escape the Dungeon, the podcast where we ask you to join us as we explore the world beyond the world's oldest role-playing game. My name is Mike Cripps, and I will be your host and game master. And I'm joined by three stellar players: Zach Brass. Dom Brass.
How's it going?
And Nate Brass.
That's me. I play Cypher.
Each season, we will be playing a different tabletop role-playing game. This season, we are playing Scum and Villainy, a Forged in the Dark game published by Evil Hat Productions. Ooh, I'm so full of shawarma and falafel.
Oh.
Ooh, that sounds good.
I had too much.
You okay?
I'm gonna try and power through it, but I'm feeling a little bloated.
A little gassy.
a little gassy. But I'm gonna try and fight through this and bring my A game. That's what our loyal listeners deserve.
All right, so you heard him, audience. I want you to scrutinize everything he does, and if it's worse, just know it's the falafel's fault.
Don't blame the falafel. It did nothing wrong.
Look, Michael Jordan had his flu game. Mike Cripps is gonna have his shawarma game, okay? I'm gonna power through this, and I'm gonna deliver the best damn episode of Escape the Dungeon that the world has ever known.
You know, we're doing downtime this episode, right?
You know, that's a lot of pressure on the rest of us, by the way, too.
Yeah, this is a lot, dude.
This episode is less about you than us.
I don't have a ship to crash into another ship this episode. How do I top that?
Yeah, we just finished with the whole crazy Kraken, and now it's like, oh yeah, this is gonna be the one.
Kulag's gone. I mean, he was kind of carrying the last arc.
Look, Michael Jordan couldn't do it without Scottie Pippen, and who are you guys if not my Scottie Pippens?
These references don't work for me, man. I don't know. I don't know, man.
Yeah, I mean, for all I know, you're making up names.
Oh my god.
I mean, Michael Jordan, all right, I've gotten that one. Sure. Scottie Pippen, he sounds like a hobbit.
Oh my god, you guys. Nate, you were trying to lead us in a direction before we started.
No, the moment
was there something you wanted to... No, go ahead, please.
No.
Nate, I told the audience that this is going to be the best episode ever, and now you're bailing on me in the banter. Nate, you got to help me out here. I wrote a check I can't cash, man.
I don't even... I got nothing.
Was it a bad story? You just bailed?
I bet on this episode, okay? Like, I'm gonna lose my house, man.
You live in Chicago. You have a house?
No, I'm gonna lose my apartment. Your banter topic is the only thing that's gonna get me through this, man. I need you to pull through here. Nate, please, for the love of God.
Oh my god!
Mike really piled the pressure on in all of these even when he doesn't have banter, he just slams it on Nate's fucking desk and says, "Hey, I need you to do this."
Whoa! Nate started this. I want to know what he was trying to talk about.
I have nothing, guys. I truly do. I have nothing.
Oh my god! He's banging on my front door, Nate.
Oh my god, this is gonna be the worst episode.
That's the title of this episode, the worst episode.
Dom,
dancing competition.
What was that?
Dancing competition. Let's go.
Do you guys want to talk about dinosaurs again?
Oh, dinosaurs again.
No.
Oh man, the rest of this episode's gonna have to be so good to make up for this. Welcome to the
Procyon sector. Our heroes have resurfaced after their latest job, having secured the second of a set of 3 keys capable of unlocking a heretofore secret segment of the sector. They know where the third and final key lies, in the office of the chief executive of the Guild of Engineers. But before Crash, Cypher, and Morpheus can put a plan together to hunt down the last artifact, there are wounds and stress which must be tended to. Will our heroes enjoy the surf and sun of men, or does a less pleasurable future lie ahead for the crew of the Phoenix 13?
Hey. Somebody's got to get that drippy faucet fixed. I'm not going to shake off if we haven't gotten a plumber in here to fix the drippy faucet. You know that drives me crazy, Cypher.
I kind of like it. And at least it's not making that sound it usually makes, where it's like...
Yeah, that is a little creepy. But the drippiness, it drives me insane. It's that Chinese water torture, except just the sound.
It's just the planet, Captain. It's so wet here.
The entire planet drips.
The air is so moist, I feel myself rusting as we speak.
If we leave the atmosphere and it's still dripping, we're turning around, mister.
Well, yeah, there's a chance that maybe it's still gonna be dripping, because that's a complication that can come up during downtime. But that's getting a little ahead of ourselves, because guys, you finished a job in record time. So there's a few things that we're gonna do. First things first, before we forget, let's talk experience. We're doing this after every job, so take a look at your XP trigger questions, and let's talk about those briefly, about how much XP you're giving yourselves.
No bonuses for answering questions right this time?
Not this time.
I've been taking notes. That's a lie.
I don't think I believe you, yeah. Zach, we've played a lot of TTRPGs together. We went to high school together. I don't think I've ever seen you take notes about anything.
Ooh, yikes.
Whew, yeah, that is really calling me out there, huh? I can't say for sure. I'm not gonna lie, I didn't know how to take notes in high school. That was not a skill that I used during high school, ever.
Zach, if you take actual notes for this campaign and you send me a picture of that, one, I will put a picture of your notes up on social media, and two, I will send you $5 American.
I'll think about it, but I'll tell you, when I've taken notes for campaigns before, I have. Just like on singular sessions when somebody had to fill in because our one friend who always takes note wasn't there and nobody else would do it. My notes are always crazy, man.
They're not good notes, but he took them.
Well, review your mental notes right now over for the last few sessions and tell me what you think you deserve experience for.
Okay, well, I expressed my beliefs, drives, background. I mean, we charged and just like fought a Cthulhu-esque monster and then went inside of it and took out a cult. First off, that's pretty piratey in craziness background. And also just generally jives with my beliefs on how to do everything and how we've handled all of our missions. And I just think it really embodies the whole spirit of the Phoenix 13 crew, that one. But since that's specifically one of my things, it works here.
Okay, so go ahead and mark however much experience you think you deserve based off your triggers. Are you filling up your advancement track today?
I just recently filled it up, so I think I'm actually gonna pour these ones into insight so that I don't just have, so that I'm a little bit more well-rounded, just slightly, because right now Crash is a bit of a one attribute pony.
How about Cypher, Nate? What are you marking XP for Cypher?
Not too much. You addressed a tough challenge with speed or flair. I believe Cypher did that in riding the centipede or millipede lady, whichever you prefer, and kind of taking the heat on that.
I think that has a certain amount of flair to it, so sure.
Plus, millipedes are fast, man.
That's true. She was pretty fast as she was skittering around. Are you filling up an XP track today?
I'm gonna use that to fill up my prowess track.
Wonderful. So you can add another point in any of those prowess skills then.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. I'm a scrambly boy.
Scrambly boy. How about our dear old friend Gorpheus?
Well, good old Gorpheus. He used his magic powers to fly his friend out of the Kraken. So I thought that was pretty cool. But I think I say he gets a little bit of XP, but I think I just get one really.
Just one. Please, sir, may I have another XP? No. Get out of here, Gorpheus.
Struggled with your vice or trauma.
No, I feel pretty good about how I've assigned it. And I rolled, I got other XP, so.
You made a deal with a devil.
Yeah, you don't feel like you deserve any XP for agreeing to spread the agony to an unknown part of the galaxy?
I think I got stuck a little bit there. I guess I'll say I can struggle with a trauma because it's a complicated situation. More so than because it's kind of beliefs, but it's a little bit, jarring. Like Gorpheus really isn't certain about this whole thing either.
Well, that's an interesting point because the next part of downtime is payoff and upkeep. I think I said at the end of last episode that you guys are getting a 10 cred payment from the hegemonic mother for acquiring the next key. And she, of course, promises even greater treasures once the third and final are delivered and the Hantu Gate is opened. But also a part of this portion of downtime is your change in status with the factions that were affected by this job. You are currently at level 2 status with the Cult of the Seekers. Several episodes ago, I talked about a little homebrew change that we're making to status. Normally, you would need to complete 3 jobs to move from status 2 to status 3, which is the highest status you can achieve with a faction. I'm lowering that to 2, but this is just the first job that you've done since you hit level 2 status with them. So 1 more with the Cult of the Seekers, and you'll get to the highest possible status. This was, of course, a job against the agony, but Gorpheus did make a deal with Noro. So here's what I'm going to let you know. You are currently at a -2 status with the agony. Should you go to -3 status, that would mean that you are at war with that faction. War is really, really bad. There are 2 main things that happen when you're at war. One is that every single job you do, you generate an additional +1 heat regardless of how well the job goes.
The second thing, and the worst thing, is that PCs only get one free downtime activity during downtime instead of two for the entire duration that you're at war.
Oh, fuck. That's brutal.
Yeah, it is brutal.
Yeah, okay, so no wars, guys. No more agony shit. We're done with them.
The thing is, you were already at status -2, and you did a job against them, which would normally lower lower your status to -3 and put you at war. However, because Gorpheus accepted this deal, I am not going to immediately put you guys at war with the agony. Instead, this is what's going to happen. Gorpheus, you have a mental and spiritual connection to Neuro of the Agony. He said as much when he was making this deal with you. He will know when and if you betray him and go against this deal that you made. Because despite the fact that the mutant way kraken exploded and the chantry was destroyed, you can sense that Noro somehow survived this. So as long as you keep up your end of the deal, you will remain at -2 status. But if Gorpheus ever knowingly goes against the deal that he made, you will immediately go to status -3 and immediately go to war with the Agony. How does that sound?
All right. That sounds as fair as it can be. I don't suppose this is up for negotiation.
Not at all. So that brings us to upkeep. So you guys have to decide if you want to spend 2 cred to maintain the upkeep on the Phoenix 13 or gamble on it, and we see if there are any consequences to that.
We always pay upkeep, right?
Yeah, you guys have never skipped this.
Yeah, why don't we skip it this time?
Do we have something we want to buy?
That's what I was going to ask. I mean, if there's something that we can buy, then...
No, yeah, maybe I'm just forcing it too much. I'm curious what would happen.
I'll let you know that if you skip upkeep cost, we roll 1 die for every skipped upkeep that you have done consecutively, and depending on the result of that die, consequences.
You know, the problem is the Phoenix 13 has just simply been too successful.
Yeah, it's just so good.
Because we would have absolutely skipped if we were broke, but we, keep on succeeding.
Well, maybe it's because we keep picking the Renegade options instead of the Paragon options. Maybe we're fucking up.
We could get a Land Rover.
Yeah, do you want another vehicle?
How many vehicles do we have? Didn't we just get personal vehicles?
Are you guys paying the 2 upkeep?
Yeah, I guess so.
Okay, so reduce your cred by 2. Then we move on to heat. This was, I think, a pretty smooth and quiet job. You were literally doing it at the bottom of the ocean. So I don't think there was that significant of exposure. And even though you killed a bunch of people, you really only get increased heat for that if you kill hegemonic citizens. And I think the cultists inside a mutant way kraken at the bottom of the ocean are about as far from the definition of hegemonic citizens as we can get. So...
yeah, fuck yeah. Totally allowed to kill cultists, baby.
I just worry about what we're telling our fans sometimes.
So I'm only going to give you 1 heat. Just 1 heat for the Holt system, and this is the first job that you guys have done in the Holt system. So yeah, you're fine.
Beautiful! Look at that, feeling not wanted. at all.
Oh, that's sad.
Yeah. You know what? This one, I'll allow it.
Next is going to be entanglements. This is where I need one of you to roll 1d6, and we see what random event happens to you.
I got it.
And this is a roll where, what you get on the die doesn't necessarily correspond to how good or bad this is. What'd you get, Nate?
A 6.
Okay, on a 6.
Ooh, that's the worst one.
It kind of is, maybe isn't. It just changes things. So you were rolling on a wanted level 0 table, but on a 6, you need to re-roll on the wanted level 1 table.
Oh, fuck.
Ooh.
Let's go, dude.
So give me another d6.
5.
So a 5 on the wanted level 1 table is an event called reprisals. I don't know what this is.
Time to read the rules.
Yeah. We have not had this one. Ooh, interesting. An enemy faction moves against you or yours. Pay them 1 cred per tier, allow them to mess with you, or fight back. If you have no faction with negative status, you avoid entanglements right now.
Oh, please, no faction with... Who the hell has no faction with negative status? What? How would you even...
By being very, very careful. I am going to remove the agony from this for now, just, based off the fiction that we've established. That leaves you with 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 factions with a negative status.
Wow.
Give me another d6 roll, and we'll see which one of these makes a move against you.
Who are we making enemies with? 3. Who's number 3?
I kind of want a list, to be honest.
Sure. It is the Hegemonic News Network, the Ashen Knives, the Echo Wave Riders, the Agony, of course, the Acolytes of Brashcadis, which I don't think we've done anything with in game. They were just like a faction that you screwed over in your character creation.
Okay,
nice.
Because that's a thing you had to choose. And the Vigilance. But the faction...
The Echo Wave Rider, right? That was the third one.
It was the third one I said, but that's because I skipped the third one. The real third one. The one that is making a move against you. And I'm kind of happiest that you rolled. It's the Maelstrom.
Oh, no.
They're negative? Shit.
Yeah.
I guess we fucked with them a lot.
You did.
Look, we happen to have a reasonable relationship with the Pirate Queen, but the pirates as a whole, not too fond of us.
They're just jealous that we're better pirates than they are.
And you'd never, checked back in with them after the Thorn thing.
We were busy.
And I think that's what the issue is right now. You guys are on the private artificial island of the Cult of the Seekers. You're figuring out how you're going to spend your downtime. You've collected your payment. You're dealing with the consequences of your job. When all of a sudden the lights in the entire facility start flashing red, and Lasaya's voice comes over the PA system, and she sounds panicked, and she says, Phoenix 13 crew, I need you to report immediately. I'm by your ship. Please come at once. Come at once.
Yeah, we go at once, immediately.
So, you think it's Razor?
Ooh, I hope it's Razor.
Yeah, it's probably Razor.
Oh, yeah, it's been a little while since we got a good Razor butt kick in it, huh?
I mean, I can't believe he honestly came back for more. This is crazy. So we head down to the ship.
Yeah, and you meet Lisaya by the Phoenix 13, and she just, like, looks at you panicked, and she says, it's happening again.
What's happening?
Pirates are on their way again.
Oh, did they send contact?
She like activates a hologram display, and she says, no contact, but we detected them on their radar. And she points at the hologram, and it is full on just like a sci-fi pirate ship, like a boat.
Great, that's what we want.
It is flying a bejeweled Jolly Roger display.
Do I specifically recognize this ship?
You do. You know that this is the Banshee's pleasure yacht that she has here on Mam. You have probably spent some time aboard this ship, Crash.
Captain, should we prepare for battle?
Well, let's see what she has to say.
Oh, it's the Banshee.
Hey, look, I didn't blow up Thorn. It might be fine.
I think Thorn is the one who blew up, so that's all on him.
Let's just see what's going on. Maybe we could even get a ride in the pleasure boat.
Wait, you told her what happened on the planet, right? When we rescued you, you talked to the queen after and explained.
Well, no, I mean, I wasn't involved in that.
But, we had no way of really telling her.
Well, I figured you guys spoke to her beforehand. She probably knew what the plan was. You obviously planned everything in advance.
No, she did, yeah. I'm sure it's going to be fine. Let's just contact her through the ship's communications. I want to activate the communications on the ship.
And so as the yacht pirate ship comes closer, eventually you hear the Banshee's loud voice projected via speaker. I am making this request to be polite to some old friends, but know that your answer isn't really going to change what I'm about to do. It will just change how nice I'll be about it. Permission to come aboard?
You better let her in, I say.
Lisaya looks panicked, but she has been in a pirate scenario with you before, so she is going to trust you. And so she hits a button and it basically raises up a drawbridge kind of thing, up from the water out to, the Banshee's ship. And you watch as the Banshee and Jerry and a few armed guards walk down the drawbridge and onto the Cult of the Seekers Island.
Hey, Jerry, what's up, man? How you been?
Hey, Cypher. Sorry we, I figured I should be here for this. Says, looking kind of grim.
The Banshee walks up to the group of you. She is decked out in extravagant jewels. She looks tough. She looks fierce. She looks a little mad. Crash, I see that you were rescued.
Yeah.
Thanks for checking in with me after all of that.
We were really busy, and I figured we'd stop by when we passed through, but we weren't really anywhere near. And as you know, our communications aboard the Phoenix 13 are terrible.
You passed by the cove to get here, Crash. You needed to move through the Rin system to get from Iota to Holt. Don't play me for a fool.
Well, you know how it is. Sometimes you're just really caught up in the moment. Anyway, I wasn't really involved in that whole thing. I was really just victim, really. Honestly, if you hadn't left me abandoned, blackout drunk.
Nice.
She lets out a deep, frustrated sigh. I am pleased to see you are in one piece, Crash. I suppose I expected you to hold your liquor a little bit better than you are currently able to.
I'm a little out of practice.
Thorn blew himself up. I'll say it.
Yeah, that wasn't us. He just did it. I don't know.
And he was in a very explosive factory. We didn't mean to blow a giant crater in the planet. It was an accident.
Yeah, total accident.
Not really even an official Phoenix 13 adventure, really, but it wasn't signed and approved, so we shouldn't even take the blame. It was really just Thornsteel.
I think Gorpheus looks at Cypher and it's like, I don't know, it felt pretty official. I thought we did all right, Like,
No, it was definitely an official Phoenix 13 mission. We
thanks.
rode
Yeah.
in the Phoenix 13.
I mean, yeah, man. Like, I did a trial by combat.
Yeah, it was awesome. You should have been there.
It was terrifying. That guy's a sicko.
I'm not mad that Thorn is dead because of your crew. I'm upset because you didn't check in afterwards, and now there is a vacuum that needs to be dealt with within the Maelstrom.
Oh.
Money that used to be coming in to me is no longer doing so.
So if we pay you, can we become Maelstrom mites?
We're actually kind of our own solo thing, Cypher. That's kind of the deal.
Well, but like we can have the pirates, in case we need to, I don't know, storm a base of someone really powerful.
Do you think we're going to do pillaging and stuff?
Not pillaging, but distracting.
Okay, good.
Well, we could potentially pillage the Engineers Guild. I bet they got some good stuff.
Exactly.
She raises an eye curiously as you say that, Crash.
Oh, you know what? This could work.
Yeah, I mean, if you're into that kind of thing. I know you are.
They have a few items that we are interested in. If you also were interested,
And, honestly, fuck those guys, right?
we could maybe make an alliance.
Let me tell you what I'm interested in today. I'm interested in, let's say, 3 credits right here, right now, for the damages that you have dealt the Maelstrom due to Thorn's death.
3 credits? Come on. You don't want to do us like that.
I am also interested in half of the credits that you earn for the next job you do.
Whoa. We don't even earn very many credits. I mean, it's more like 1 or 2 per job, really. It's pretty much just upkeep. I mean,
After that, we are square.
can't we just do you guys a favor?
This is the favor that I'm asking.
We could steal something or kill somebody for you.
You can steal whatever you want. I want half of what you steal.
We don't really like stealing unless somebody hires us to do it. Kind of cramps our style,
Follow your passions, Crash. I'm sure there's something out there you want.
We can spare the 3 cred now.
Okay, I don't really want to start a fight on Mem here, but...
Yeah, look, it would be in really poor taste to start a fight right in front of Gorpheus' girlfriend. She's already had to endure 1 pirate fight.
Okay, can we not call her my girlfriend?
Do we have a deal, Crash?
All right, you filthy scoundrel. Take our money and leave.
She smiles and she shakes your hand. Good. I'm glad that we can start fixing this relationship, Crash. Once we're square, maybe we can talk. I do have an opening for a lieutenant.
You know I'm more of a lone wolf, baby.
Let's go, Captain Crash!
She rolls her eyes. She collects her 3 creds. And as she walks back up onto her pleasure yacht, half your next score. Then we're square.
All right.
And the pleasure yacht starts sailing away.
We better make the next one a big one, boys, because we're going to owe a third of our next score.
Wait, but... Okay, Captain. You're wild.
And so with the entanglement dealt with, we can now move on to your downtime activities. Because I'm so nice and didn't put you guys at war, you have your normal 2 downtime activities each.
Crash is just filled with free time right now.
You're on the beautiful ocean planet. You can hang out with Kulakt, you can hang out with Lasaya, you can hang out with the hegemonic mother. I'm sure she's a good time.
Totally. I know exactly what I want to do for my first thing.
Talk to me.
I want to hang out with Kulak in the lab as I train my insight.
That's fantastic. Set the scene for me, Zach. What do you think that training with Kulak looks like?
Late nights, looking through microscopes, and also working on a car, definitely for some reason. It's Kulak's passion project. Probably a submarine. But Crash, uses his only knowledge about hover bikes to crack the code, and Kulak teaches him about medical stuff and marine biology, which of course Crash acts super interested in, even though he doesn't really care and kind of thinks squids are gross.
Dude!
So you and Kulak are in the lab late one night. You're hunched over a microscope together. And he's like all excited as you're looking through this the microscope into this, data slab. And he's like,
"Take a look, Crash. Look how beautiful the mitochondria are."
Oh, those mitochondria can do anything, can't they?
I like to say that they're the powerhouse of the cell.
Like you're the powerhouse of this lab.
he blushes.
Crash, you flatter me so much.
Well, you're just such an impressive person, Kulak.
Here, let me show you this one. It's my favorite.
And as he goes to put another slab on the microscope, his hand accidentally grazes yours.
There's that, kind of slight pull away before I put it back. Surprise.
Crash, would you like to go swimming with me?
That sounds lovely, Kulak.
And he smiles and he takes you to a private pool in the middle of the island. And he sheds off his lab coat. So now he's just standing there in his pinstriped Speedo.
God.
And he does the perfect dive into the water.
Yeah, I totally do a imperfect dive back in. But before that, I'm like, I didn't bring a swimsuit.
And Kulak, he rises up from the water, and his long flowing hair, he shakes it out, and the water, drips on, flies off in slow motion. And he looks up at you and in the pool, and he says, Crash, come on in. The water's fine.
What?
Crash totally does a cannonball in.
Oh, Crash. Be careful. You splashed me.
What is going on?
Oh, I'm sorry. Did I know my voice sounds different, doesn't it? This is my real speaking voice when I'm in the water. Do you like it?
Well, wow. It's eye-opening.
And I think we fade to black. And you can go ahead and mark 1 insight XP for that downtime activity.
Nice, dude. Nice.
All right, that tops me off.
Oh, so then you can go ahead and put a point in an insight skill of your choice. What would Cypher like to do for downtime?
Oh, you already know. I'm gonna race. I would like to gamble and race and gamble some more.
Sure. What do you think you are gambling and racing on?
Last time I went for the floaty thingers. So I think this time I have to go for like shark skiing.
Nice.
Tell me about shark skiing, Nate. Do you think that means that a single shark pulls you on skis, or do you stand on 2 separate sharks?
2 separate.
Okay.
Come on, you know the answer to that.
Yeah,
No. It's like a hammerhead shark that's Siamese twins.
Dude.
The front looks like a hammerhead, and then it's like 2 sharks side by side because it's an alien shark.
So it based off of that, what I am seeing is a shark with 2 heads that each have 1 eye stalk sort of pointing out, either the left or right side, and then connected by like a central eye stalk as well.
Yes, we're all on the same page.
Yeah, I think
Yes.
we're all on the same page here. It looks kind of like a biplane,
Yeah, exactly.
Yes.
right?
So you are shark skiing on one of these things, and betting on yourself, of course, right?
But of course.
It's the most dangerous sport on this planet.
And you're also, if the commission finds out about this, you're going to be banned for life. Athletes betting on themselves, that's like serious business.
Yeah, that's barely gambling, dude. You're the greatest racer in the galaxy. Should get half vice points off. That's what I'm saying.
I'm a professional. I'm the greatest pilot in the galaxy. This is completely just me hanging out doing goofy different stuff. I don't pilot these things. I race them. Racing and piloting are very different. Okay?
Okay. Just you seem pretty eager to prove you were the best chicken racer, so
Yeah, you did say you could. Well, you piloted the chickens.
It was different. Chickens are much smarter.
So I assume that all of this is you indulging your vice.
Yes. I am indulging my vice. So I'm not making any money. I'm just, ending up even. But I think Cypher, goes and is like, I want to race, and then ends up like paying some money to get in and then making some money by gambling and like ends up even.
It takes him a round or 2 to figure out how to do it because he's never ridden on a ski shark before.
Yeah.
Sounds good. So go ahead and make your indulge vice roll and tell me how much stress you clear.
That is a 4. out of my 6 stress, leaving me with just 2 left.
Okay, 2 stress. That's not too bad. How about Gorpheus? What is Gorpheus gonna do on this beautiful ocean planet for his first downtime activity?
Gorpheus is gonna go find Lasaya, and he just wants help studying and learning. So I'm gonna work on my insight while he's studying about trying to figure out stuff about the agony. And probably going to talk to Lasaya about this little deal he made with good old Norm.
Yeah. Okay, so set the scene for me, Dom. When and how do you think this comes about?
I think, Gorpheus figures out when Lasaya's, doing some kind of a work shift or something. And just kind of stumbles in. It's like, oh, hey, you're hanging out in the lab. That's crazy. I just came to the lab on my own volition for my own reasons that have nothing to do with, don't worry about it.
Oh, hi, Gorpheus. Pleasure to see you as always. Yes, please make yourself at home here in the lab. I won't bother you. Please just
What? No, it's totally fine. You can bother me. I mean, not that you bother me.
Oh, you said you came here for... You said you came here for your own work, and I don't want to distract you from that?
Well, it actually turns out you could be super helpful with said work, because I'm more of a bounty hunter, space wizard guy, and less of a read books.
Gorpheus, do you not know how to read?
No, I know how to read. I just, sometimes it looks like the words are backwards. So it sometimes helps to have like a buddy to make sure that I'm reading the word correctly. Does that make sense?
Oh, yeah, of course, Gorpheus. I'm so sorry. I hope I didn't offend you.
What? No, I'm not offended. Why would I be offended?
Please just let me know how I can help. I would love to help you.
Fantastic. Okay, so I'm trying to do some research and, gain some insight into, the agony. You see, I had a conversation with who I believe is their leader, but it's not totally clear. He might be like a sub-leader, but he showed up twice now, and he's still alive, even though we blew up the Kraken, so he could be using some really weird way powers. But I guess he kind of made a deal with me so that we could get this next key. And so just to clarify, the gray matter, it didn't get absorbed into me or anything. I have it in a vial or something.
Yeah. He gave you a little piece of gray matter that he ripped off his own skull. So yeah, I think it would make sense for you to put that in a vial or something like that.
So I take out the vial and show it to her. So he told me I have to take this to the new system that we're going to. He wants to spread the agony.
Oh, Gorpheus. He asked you to do that, and you accepted?
I know it sounds crazy, but he's got part of me in him. And so it's about the balance, you see. And if he can understand me, maybe there's a way I can understand him. Maybe there's something we can do to reverse engineer the agony. I don't know. I had to do something.
She looks pensive and like she's having a hard time looking at you before she reaches out and she takes your little hand and she looks you in the eyes.
Desire.
That sounds like a very difficult situation to be in, and a very hard decision that you had to make. And you must have felt confused and scared.
When I'm hanging out with the guys, it just kind of all makes sense immediately. Does that make, we just go with it. But it's a little scary, but I've seen enough, I've been part of enough. It's not that I'm owed something more.
It's okay to feel scared, Gorpheus.
Yeah, but
I feel afraid all the time. I was afraid when you went down there to the bottom of the ocean.
I was thinking, since we've been hanging out a lot lately, maybe we should, just make things official or whatever, see if we want to take things further. But also I really am pretty serious about this gray matter stuff.
Wait, Gorpheus, wait. Do you hear splashing and giggling coming from the pool?
Yes. Wait, is that not normal?
And we fade to black.
Can I just say that it's so messed up that you told Messiah what you did before you told Cypher? What the hell, bro?
Well, Cypher's gonna get all weird about it, dude. He's gonna be like, "What are you doing, bro?" It's like, I wasn't there yet.
I'm gonna be weird about it. Your cult girlfriend's not gonna be more mad that you joined a third cult.
Okay. Look, it's more that I just didn't want to tell Cypher when we were on the submarine. Okay, I didn't want to talk about it in front of what's his fucking name too. But I just wanted to leave that until we got back.
But you'll tell other cultists, whatever, bro.
Yeah, dude, I forgot. All right, whatever. What does Cypher care? It's some freaking zombie space gray matter. It's not something he'd be.
I care who we're almost at war with, okay?
Oh, yeah, well, you know what? Thanks to Gorpheus, you're not at war. That's the point, okay?
Also, I'd just like to say, you've been like, oh, we shouldn't go to war. Who's this bad guys are we going to war with? Huh?
Yeah, it's so true.
Okay, yeah, but my bad guys are the most freaking, they're cult of evil things. We're not stoked on them. I'm not the only one who sees it.
And yet you don't think that you helping them is of Cypher's... Whatever. Let's just finish our downtime.
It's confusing. It's a complicated situation, okay? I'm sorry.
Finish your double date or whatever. Cypher is gonna stay alone and lonely, and I'm gonna fix my leg.
Hold that thought for 1 second, Nate, because I do just want to finish up with something Dom said real quick. So Dom, you can go ahead and mark 1 point of insight for that downtime studying with Messiah. But something I want to throw out there for you, and we can think about whether this is an actual thing you want to devote downtime to or not. But it sounded like you wanted to try and gather information about the agony and this deal that you've made and what can be done about it. And I think that's a really exciting idea. What the book says about this is that if you are trying to investigate something that has a really complex or hard to discover answer, then what the best way to do that is with a long-term project. So if you want to really focus on this, that is something that we can do. And we'll start a clock, and you'll spend a downtime activity to represent your research into this. and when that clock is full, you will get something out of it.
Yeah, dude, that sounds awesome. This is way cooler than, fixing some stupid bike.
No, it isn't.
Dude, I'm uncovering the roots of this crazy Cronenberg cult.
Genuinely, but do you get to ride it?
Dude, how often have you
not
guys
the
used
same.
that bike? We've had it since the beginning. It was after the second thing. You guys have barely used it. It's like, well, we don't want to damage it. Oh, wait, you don't want to damage the fake space bike that we have in the freaking pretend game we're playing?
But it's an imaginary classic, Dom.
Okay. Fair enough.
So, Dom, I would like you to make an action roll to represent whatever method you are using for this long-term project. It sounded like study was kind of what you were trying to do, and that would certainly be a good one for this. But, just like with anything else, it's kind of up to you how you want to flavor it and what action you think you can use for this.
Study would make the most sense. I'm not very good at it. But let's give it a go.
Sure. So Lasaya takes you to the private occult library of the Cult of the Seekers, and is just filled with dusty tomes and data pads of all the strange and arcane and mystical knowledge that the Cult of the Seekers has in its reservoirs. So go ahead and give me a roll, and we'll see how good of a job you do studying.
Okay, boom, boom. And I rolled a 3.
A 3. So you are going to start a 6-segment clock for this long-term project. We can just call investigating the agony. And you are going to mark off 1 segment of that.
You would think Gorpheus would be a little better at studying than that, really.
You would think, but there's a reason he doesn't have a holy book written out yet. He's, he did 1 chapter, but he's lost a bunch of chapters, and he has kind of kept things together.
He's written that first page 10 times.
I don't know if you guys heard the same conversation between Lasaya and Gorpheus as me, but it definitely sounded to me like Gorpheus is dyslexic.
You've heard Gorpheus talk about the new way. Do you think he is a knowledgeable guy?
No.
Whoa. He has ideas, okay? He's in a state in his life, okay? He's working on getting it together. But right now he's hanging out with bounty hunters.
So 1 out of 6 segments on that clock. And then that is Gorpheus's 2 free downtime activities. Let's go back over to Cypher. What does Cypher want to do with their second downtime activity?
I want to buy a new leg and heal up.
I'm sick of this one.
So you are going to find a mechanic who can repair you?
Yeah.
Okay, so if you are finding a mechanic, you are going to roll crew quality -1 to see how available and effective the person you can hire is. So go ahead and roll that for me.
1.
Okay, so with a 1, the person you hire is not that great. They don't really know what they're doing that much. You're going to clear all level 1 harm. Did you have any level 1 harm?
No, I do not.
Well, that's good for you, I guess. You're also going to start a 6-segment healing clock, and you're going to mark off 1 segment of that.
Okay. Then I am going to take one of the creds we just earned to do that downtime activity again.
Okay, so you go out onto the streets of Mem, and you try and find a slightly better doctor.
That's a 6.
A 6, you find a much better mechanic who can treat you, and that is going to be 3 more segments on that clock.
How many segments is it if I put another credit in for a crit?
Then that would be 5 segments.
Okay, I'm gonna do that.
Okay, so you spend a couple creds, you find a really good mechanic who can finish the job for you, and your kneecap is now fully repaired.
New leg.
And Crash, you had a pretty nasty arm injury. Did you want to get that treated?
Well, I figure that while I'm swimming with Kulak, he notices, and I mean, Kulak's the doctor, right?
Oh my, Crash. What happened? Your arm, it looks terrible.
Just part of the job. I figure, give it a couple weeks, it'll probably heal.
What did that to you?
One of their agony things. Honestly, I can't remember what bit me. Was it the spider thing?
It looked like a millipede.
The millipede. That's it was the millipede. The one that you should have seen it. Cypher wrote it. It was actually, don't tell him I said this, but it was pretty cool.
Cypher is a pretty cool Urbot.
Oh my god. I can't.
You guys have ever been to France?
Crash, you should get that treated immediately.
Oh, yeah, I guess you're probably right. Do you happen to know anything about crazy millipede bites? You're a doctor, aren't you?
I'm a scientist, a mystical theologian, a polymath of all sorts, but I'm afraid, my dear Crash, that medical science is not my particular forte. But Lysia mentioned that your own Gorpheus was quite the medic. Perhaps he should take a look at that.
Yeah, I kind of wanted to give him a little bit of alone time with her,
Oh, yes. I know what you mean. He, winks at you and splashes you.
Oh my god.
Yeah, after another unspecified amount of time, Crash gets out of the pool and goes and sees if Gorpheus happens to be hanging around.
Kulak hops out of the pool as well, and after he dries himself off, he's like,
Yeah, but seriously, Captain Crash, you should really get that bite checked out. That looks really nasty.
Yeah, you're right, Kulak. I'm gonna go and see Gorpheus and see if he knows what's up.
Yeah, so...
Hand me my pants.
Nice.
So yeah, for recovery, you've got a few different options. You can either roll to see how good a doctor you can get, like Nate did with his mechanic. You can take some stress to do it yourself, or you can find a teammate who can basically do it for free. So there's no real reason to not have Gorpheus do this.
Yeah, okay. I'm gonna see if I can find Gorpheus hanging around.
Oh, hey, Captain.
Oh, Gorpheus, you're here. You're not hanging out with Lysia?
Yeah, no, Lysia and I heard splashing and giggling, so I came to investigate.
Oh, I wonder who that could have been. Crash
Yeah,
says,
gee,
with
I
a wink.
wonder. He winks at the camera. Gorpheus is just like, what are you doing? Where are you looking at? So I just roll doctor.
Yeah, you can use your doctor skill to see how well you are able to treat Crash's wound.
All right.
Oof.
That's a 3.
Man.
That is a 3. So, Crash, you can clear all your level 1 harm if you have any.
Mm-hmm. None.
And you will mark a single segment of a 6-segment recovery clock.
Beautiful. Well,
Gotcha, Captain.
I thought you were a little better at this.
The tools I was using were a little bit. I'm pretty good at this, but the tools were not like, Look, for an extra credit, I could probably figure this out.
Yeah. We'll throw an extra credit in there. Make that round 2.
As you're, chatting with Gorpheus, and he seems just like distracted, like he's not doing that good of a job, and you're trying to figure out what's going on. The door to Gorpheus's room on the ship opens, and you see Lysia standing there in just a towel.
Oh, Captain! Hey, Lysia! I figured out who was giggling.
Hi, Captain Crash. I was, looking for the bathroom.
Gorpheus, you dog.
Okay, let's focus on the arm, okay? Important things.
Orpheus, I'm proud for you, but she's not living on the ship, right?
No, dude, it's just, don't worry about it,
Look,
okay?
if I can't keep Kulak, you can't keep her.
The door to Cypher's room opens, and Kulak is standing there in just a towel.
What the fuck?
Hey, everybody.
Kulak.
Yeah, good seeing you again, Captain Crash.
What are you doing here? Over there?
Yeah, what are you doing in Cypher's room?
Captain, we were just hanging out, You guys weren't like...
Well, I see how it is.
I told you, I thought they were a cool Urbot.
He is a cool Urbot.
Oh, man.
I'm gonna. So we're paying the doctor thing.
Yeah, if you want to pay a cred, you can increase that in quality up to 2 segments of that clock, or you can just try another roll.
Trying to roll. That's a 1, dude. That's
come
2
on.
1s. Let's go. What can I do, man?
You're the worst doctor ever.
This is like, finally, I get to do this, too.
Worst doctor in the galaxy, trademark.
No!
Go ahead and mark a 2nd segment of that recovery clock, Crash.
Orpheus, the trademark is still open.
No shit, it's still open. Who would trademark that?
Just saying, you want to get your name out there, you trademark something.
Not bad things, Cypher.
Yeah, no, it's not as catchy either, honestly. I'm not sure people would remember it.
I really thought I could do this. I'm sorry, Captain.
It's got to be something to do with his psychokinetic powers or something,
No, you didn't say it right. It's like psychokinetic powers.
No. It's more like psychokinetic powers.
Okay, well, it's actually psychomagnetic powers, guys, not kinetic. Okay? I use magnetism, not kinetic energy.
Yeah, that's the one.
Kulak comes back and he's like, No, wait, I think it's more like psychokinetic powers.
No, it's not like that. That's not how I do that.
Yeah, that one's not feeling it. Not quite. But good try.
Then Lysia's like, no. It's more like psychomagnetic powers.
Yeah, that was great, Lysia. Yeah, so good. Just the same way I do it.
A little fairy saying it, like an elf or something. Elf popped up and said it.
It's very Sailor Moon.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was thinking maybe a little bit Sailor Moon might, bring it up, make it a little more hip.
Maybe do like a little spin when you say it.
Then the hegemonic mother shows up and she's like, no, it's more like several negative powers.
All right, guys. Here's the thing. We did Gorpheus's mission. It was supposed to be my mission. I say now we should do my mission. It's only fair.
What wasn't your mission kind of tied to his mission? Aren't you both trying to screw over the
No, I think we should go back to the Iota sector so that we can create a factory that the robots can use, the Urbots can use to create an army so we can take on the Engineers Guild.
I mean, it is your turn. I don't love the idea, but it's, we do keep skipping you.
It's so nice that you guys, like, give each other turns to pick missions.
Cool guys. You gotta be considerate. And, I mean, it sounds like things are chill over here now. And we did just take care of that, so...
Well, yeah, and then the other Gorpheus thing is to go against the Engineers Guild anyway. So we can kind of use the Urbots as, like, more distractions. And then hopefully get the pirates to help, too.
The pirates will totally help. You heard her. She was practically falling over to help us by the end there. Just...
Is that what you heard?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure that's basically what happened.
I don't know. I thought, and I could be missing something.
Captain, is it normal around the pirate queen to be like kind of scared, but also kind of aroused, but also just like intimidated and like meek?
Like you want her to step on you.
A little bit, yeah.
Baby, that's how I feel every time I see her.
Yeah, I get it.
No, guys. She just kind of seems like trouble. I'm gonna be honest. Like, be careful about that lady.
Yeah, but it's the ones that are trouble that are worth hanging in there for,
There's something about her that gets me sparking.
Fuck yeah.
This is officially our horniest episode ever, and
I know.
The first one started with a sexy motorcycle.
You had Kulakt and the pirate queen in the same episode. How could it not be?
Hey, listeners, write in and tell us who you think the sexiest character is.
And why it's Crash.
No, get out of here. Let's go Gorpheus, dude.
Surprise vote, it's Razor.
Oh my god.
We'll judge you.
We cut away to Razor and Yorbrow Rahim in a bar, and Yorbrow Rahim is talking, and he's always going on about, it's my psychomagnetic powers, oh, my psychomagnetic powers. He's so annoying. So, Cypher gets to pick the next mission, and they have picked to go after a factory for Conclave 01 to manufacture more Urbot bodies to build up an Urbot rebellion against the threat of the Guild of the Engineers. And we will explore what this means and how you hope to go about it on the next episode, which will hopefully be slightly less horny, of Escape the Dungeon. Thank you for listening to Escape the Dungeon. Escape the Dungeon is created by Dom Brass, Nate Brass, Zach Brass, and Mike Cripps, with editing and original music by Tyler Nick. If you enjoyed this show, please consider subscribing and leaving a 5-star review on your favorite podcast app. To find us on social media, go to escapethedungeonpod.com.